I was able to go, but that's like how random it was. So I understand this.
Well, are you friends with Dr. Akumu?
I know him.
You know him?
We've met once and we had a fascinating conversation because he wears the lapel of the Ugandan flag.
Yeah, do you know his story on Uganda?
I do, because the moment I saw him, I'm like, are you Ugandan? And he was like, how do you know? I'm like, I see the flag. And he was shocked that I recognized the flag.
That is actually shocking. How do you know?
Well, Israel has a history with Uganda.
Oh, right.
And I'm also a geography geek. And so then he told me about his
So
family.
is he.
Yes. He told me about his family's association with the mission in Uganda.
Well, his dad was also
Yeah.
a kind of, celebrity in Uganda.
Yeah.
I mean, studied abroad. He was deployed to so many different countries, Iran, and, just treated patients. With that, he studied at some of the best places ever, but he always had that philanthropic sense to him. He's a great man.
Yeah.
We do a lot of work together.
Yeah, I met him when Betts came at the dinner.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I met him.
Yeah.
Me, him, and Sig had drinks together.
Again, there's a place for that approach, but they're trying to get me to help them with commercialization. I was like, okay, well, this is not for every spine surgeon. Guys, Shoma James here, death of a spine salesman on the run. We're in Fremont, California. I am bothering Dr. David Gendelberg. He is here. He's an orthopedic spine surgeon in Fremont, California. Dr. Gendelberg, thank you for allowing me to come in.
Thank you for bothering me.
I'll bother all day long. So obviously the topic of conversation is going to be spine, but more importantly, thank you for taking care of the patients in our community. Mm-hmm. As people know, I grew up in San Jose. I was actually born at Regional Medical Center in San Jose, where you were just a while back. And I have a lot of family in Fremont, a lot of Indians, I know, in the area, but wanted to thank you for that. And I wanted to tell our audience, who you are, where you grew up, how did you want to become a spine surgeon?
I grew up on the East Coast and in Israel, and to be honest, I never knew I wanted to be a spine surgeon.
Right.
When I went to college, I did engineering, I did biomedical engineering, and kind of all those concepts kind of made sense to me. And so I eventually went to med school like every good Jewish kid goes.
Say it.
Just like
we all know what you're going to say.
Kid does.
Yeah.
Thought I was going to do GI or cardiology, but then on my rotations, I really liked orthopedic surgery.
Yeah.
It just clicked in my brain with my engineering background. And
did you have a mentor in that, where you got to spend some time with an orthopedist?
Well, what had happened was initially I was kind of interested in joint replacements.
Yeah.
But then I took a year off to do some research, and it happened to be spine research with Dr. Alex Vaccaro.
Oh, come on. Come on, dude. You can't spend time with Vaccaro and not become a spine surgeon, dude.
And so that's basically what happened.
Yeah. Dude, that guy. I say that guy is a better salesman than I'll ever be. But he does God's work because we have more spine surgeons like yourself.
So I did a year with Vaccaro, and that really opened my eyes to consider spine surgery. Yeah. So going into residency, I liked both joints and spine. Mm-hmm. And maybe it was my experience with Vaccaro, kind of being more familiar with spine, or just I had wonderful mentors at Penn State where I did my residency. Right. It just clicked with me.
Yeah.
And so I decided to go into spine. So at that point, fellowship applications came along, and I kind of wanted to go to the West Coast just for a year and probably come back east at some point. That was the plan at the time.
Can I ask you this about West Coast? Is it one of those things that everyone from the East Coast talks about and say, oh, they have it better out over there? There's surf, there's I
don't know. The East Coasters think, especially in the Northeast, think there's no place better in the world, and you would have to be a moron to go anywhere else.
Right. The East Coast is the best coast.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because if you go to California, or if you go to Chicago or a place like this, they really like taking people who grew up in the area because they want to bring them home, and they're like, we want to interview people who would actually come out here.
Right.
If you go to New York, they'll interview people from all over because they're like, who wouldn't want to come here?
Yeah, no doubt.
And that's just their mentality.
Well, I love it. Every time I go out to the East Coast and I fly into New York, I'm playing that song by Jay-Z, New York, and I'm screaming it out the window. I take the red eye, I get in at 5, and I'm screaming out the window.
Well, you have to be a different person on the East Coast versus the West Coast.
Oh, no doubt.
On the West Coast, you need to be very polite and understanding, and the East Coast, you need some more grit. And that's just how it is.
That's just how it is. We're so glad you came out to the West Coast. We're happy to have you. So from the Vaccaro time, where do we go next?
Yeah, so then Vaccaro, then I did my residency at Penn State, had
Yeah.
some fabulous mentors over there, like Dr. Knob and Dr. Verslavic. But then I went to fellowship at Harborview in Seattle.
Yeah, there you go.
And one of the
What an
reasons
institution.
I really wanted to go to Harborview is because they take care of everything. They MacGyver, they wrote the book on about everything. And, you know, Harborview gets a reputation of only being trauma, but they're the tertiary care facility for Alaska, Washington, Montana, Idaho, and Wyoming. And so imagine you're living up in Alaska and you've got a spine problem. It'll take a lot to get you to get care when you know it means coming down to Seattle. So we would see pretty advanced pathology. So coming out of that fellowship, I was able to handle quite anything.
Yeah.
Which was amazing. But one thing I wasn't as exposed to over there was MIS techniques.
Sure.
Because at the time, and it's been changing since, Harborview was very much an open program. And so I stayed at Harborview for a couple of years as faculty.
Okay.
And then with the COVID pandemic, it was
right.
time to leave. One of my old fellows was faculty at UCSF, Dr. Olnaga.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
so-
haven't met him, but I hear great
Oh,
things.
he is fabulous. We have some pretty good conversations. We love giving each other a hard time, but
Would he come on this show?
potentially.
Let's
He has
do
a
it.
lot to say.
Well, I think you two, the way you speak about him, I think you two should have your own little podcast, and we're happy to produce it.
we just go back and forth with each other
That
like
makes
two
for the
grumpy old
best.
men.
Which is one of my favorite freaking movies. Come on, Grumpy Old Men is good.
Like I could literally see the two of us sitting on some porch one day and just giving each other shit all day.
I know, and then like going and fishing in there and like playing tricks on one another. Great movie. If young kids watch Grumpier Old Men, and they had grumpier old men to follow. Okay.
So we talk and he tell me about the opportunity at UCSF and I'm sold because it's UCSF.
Yeah, of course.
And due to COVID, there was a hiring freeze. So I had nothing to do for 6 months.
Jeez, what did you do in that 6 months?
So I was
Besides go
like,
stir crazy.
Well, I haven't done MIS.
Oh, yeah.
So I contacted the best MIS surgeon in the country, Dr. Neil Anand.
Say that here. Holla, Neil. I do not want to smoke cigars with you.
And did 6-month fellowship with him.
Awesome. And that's like a
that
full
was
year.
an amazing experience.
Yeah.
And so now I've been able to kind of complement my MacGyver tactics, being able to treat anything under the sun from Seattle, but also learn how to do it MIS.
You run the gamut of all of
Yeah.
that. Well, I mean, geez, good. See, another great reason we're so happy that you're here. And what a great move on this. It's like almost, thank you, COVID. Because
I wanted to do some MIS time. Initially, didn't quite work out scheduling-wise with Neil, but because of UCSF's hiring freeze, it gave me the opportunity.
Well, that's a great story. Another person I want to go down interview is Neil, but I want to talk about what is this practice here. You're up north and you have a patient population here. What are some of the things that you want to do for the community of Fremont and San Jose?
I want to provide the best spine care that this world has to offer.
Right. I mean, that's
what I
music
want
to our ears.
And that's why I'm learning every single tool, every single technique. I don't shy away from cutting-edge surgeries, but I also know how to do things the classical way.
Yeah.
And it's nice having a lot of tools in my toolbox because then I could customize it to each patient.
Well, yeah, I mean, customization, is great. Like, it's not going to be the cookie-cutter way of treating a patient.
Because you know what? Like, no two patients are alike,
Yeah,
and what's
well
right
said.
for one patient may not be for the other. Even if they have the same pathology, people have different expectations.
Yeah.
People have different mentalities, different philosophies, different needs. Some people, they're like, I understand this won't be a forever fix, but I need something to get me by because I need to get back to work sooner. While some other people are like, I just want one and done.
Yeah.
And you approach those people different ways. And I always believe in being very candid, very honest, and I'm just real with expectations. I don't oversell stuff, but I try to overdeliver.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, I love that. Because, look, right now, you were at Regional Medical Center, and that was an HCA hospital, and they essentially divested it and sold it to the county. So the Santa Clara County is going to have Regional, Connor, St. Louis, and obviously their main campus. But we have a significant patient population from, let's say, Good Samaritan Hospital outside of the county. We have, people that are hardworking tech workers that are forced to live in, not forced, but live in East San Jose. That's a dense population, and that makes up Silicon Valley. But there's this void now that regional is gone.
Yeah,
right?
And it was like tragic that they decided to make that decision. Like, I enjoyed regional, but the powers to be made their decisions.
Well, I told you earlier off camera, I was born at regional.
Yeah.
Alexian Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was born there. And so it's near and dear to my heart. And obviously Fremont, I told you I have family here, and I don't know what the population is. It'd be an interesting thing, and I'll find out what the population is in this kind of
I think
radius.
this area is a large Afghani population.
I know there's a lot of Indians. The food here is amazing. Do you have recommendations? Pepto-Bismol, though, for sure.
I'm okay with the spice.
You okay with the spice?
I'm okay with the spice.
You heard it here, folks. I'm going to have Mama James cook for David here and see if he's okay with it.
When I was in India, I was eating spicy Indian street food, and I kept having them up. No, I mean, it's good stuff.
It's good stuff, but, you need Cipro Post or like something. Yeah. Hey, I tried to test my, Anthony Bourdain is like one of my favorites. Yeah. I know he's a lot of favorites, but I was like, how does this guy eat the street food that he does? So I'm going to try to attempt it. Not with...
I'll tell you, the one place that beat me up was I went to Thailand last year. That stuff was spicy.
That stuff, they don't, like when you go to a Thai restaurant, they go, do you want American spice or do you want Thai spice? And I say Thai spice, and I go, what the?
I mean, so me and Dr. Naga were in Bangkok for the Global Spine Congress, and we entered this one restaurant, and I should have gotten the hint. There were like chili peppers and flames all over the entrance, and we go to sit down, and they're asking us spice level, and they like had light, medium, or extreme, and then they had like death or something. And so I'm talking to Dr. Naga, and I'm like, so what do you do? He's like, whatever you want. I'm like, maybe we should do extreme.
Oh my gosh, and here's your food, man versus food challenge.
And then he was like, you know what, how about we just do medium? And I was like, fine, and I make fun of him. The both of us were dying.
Off the medium.
Yeah, and I just
remember
thanked him at the end, being like, thank you for convincing me to go medium. Dr. Naga can't do a lot of spice, so he couldn't even finish his meal, but I was like tearing, but enjoying it.
And everyone's trying to act tough and be like, how you doing? How you doing? You want some water or milk? It's like, dude, this is dumb. Why do we do this?
And I asked Dr. Naga, how do you know? The place has freaking flames and chili peppers on the entrance.
That's all you need to know. Well, look, I can go on for hours with David. This is actually our first time meeting, and thank you for letting us come in here.
Thank you.
I didn't tell him. This was unique. I kind of dropped him an email. I was like, hey, I have this idea. I was like, I want the community to know who you are, and I wanted to film you. And he's like, okay, so what else? He had one other thing. He's like, okay, sure, come on in. So you're a good sport. You're a good sport, Dad. You're a good sport. We're talking about spine. We're talking about hot food. He's here to stay in Fremont, California. We're honored that you are here, and anything that we can do from an Ohm Surgical Solutions side and Ohm Media, and as I told you, we have our capital fund that we're really excited about, and investing in MedTech startups and new technologies. I know you're a biomedical engineer, so I know there's some great ideas in there. We welcome them, and let's go for the future, all right?
Sounds good.
So anyways, thank you very much. Death of the Spine Salesman, Dr. David Gendelberg. Check him out online. We'll put some information if need be. But yeah, thanks for joining us. Cheers.